The entire week has been fun in that way that academic people find thinking very fun. Today is supposed to also be fun. Fun in the sense that we're doing something that we enjoy. Fun in the sense that we're learning something new. And fun in the sense that we are creating something that everyone can use. This is an opportunity for learning about different ways of teaching by watching our colleagues and participating in their activities for teaching. Everything that is presented... Everything that is, so that's the housekeeping. Everything that is presented here today will be in a Dropbox available for everyone to use. This means if you think they did something, anybody did something that you'd like to do differently, you can do it differently. When we present in each of the groups, there will be a 10-minute period for conversation and critique afterwards. It's important that the critiques be positive about how to improve, not negative about what people did wrong without a suggestion of how to improve it. Like our courses over the last 5 days, this is a work in progress. This is not the final product, it's just the next step. So we're going to start with the group on authorship. Jim is going to be the timekeeper. We have a 20-minute presentation, typically 5 minutes for introduction and background, and then 15 minutes for the core, and then 10 minutes for discussion and critique. Jim is going to keep time, and he has a notepad with a 5-minute warning, a 2-minute warning, a 1-minute warning, and then you're done. And we need to respect the timekeeper. If you just do the point now. So the clicker for the group. Yeah, we did. I don't think we did. We are all using various technology, and it may take a few minutes to set up. So there will be a space in between sessions. We'll also take a break after the third one. If everyone would please turn off your cell phones, and please don't spend time talking about your presentation while others are presenting theirs. If there are things that are not quite finished, present how you would do them. Don't worry about getting that last little change done. And I think, colleagues, do you have anything else to add?
Laptops closed.
Laptops closed. So Dr. Stith asks, please, that people close their laptops and focus their attention on the presentation. The first group is the group for responsible authorship. And, Mr. Timekeeper, technology ready? Okay. So, and the last question is, can everyone see to the front? We moved the tables a little bit. You need to be able to see this space. Okay, please go.
Good morning, everybody. I just wanted you to consider that I'm trying to convince my university that there is something that I'm going to present to them, a course for teaching responsible science within our university. So it is the aim of what we are going to present to you is we put a model which will be presented, and we try to convince them that that's what we need in this time, this era where science is taking into different directions. In the beginning, this work has been prepared by my fellow Ala and Muhammad, Murad, another Muhammad, and Rafif, with the help of facilitator Yes. First of all, I wanted to talk about. I just want to give you a definition. What's responsible science according to National Institute of Health? We have just cited this definition, which it's saying that it is a practice of a scientific investigation with integrity. It involves the awareness and application of established professional norms and ethical principles in the performance of all activities related to scientific research. That means, as we do understand that science should be conducted in a professional and ethical manners. And under responsible science, there are other topics which should be covered, as fabrication and falsification, plagiarism, and monitoring dual use. And after our group, just our role was just to prepare a model about the authorship. I'm sure that other groups are the same in other parts. So in our model, we are going to educate different groups, or we are targeting different groups. Primarily, we are targeting the MSc and MA students, and the second group will be undergraduate, PhD student, and faculty staff members. We thought that those are the primary course for MSc student will be they will take it as a semester. During the semester course, they are going to be given 1 hour per week during the semester. That means about 12 hours. 1 hour might be for introduction. The rest of times will be on introducing the other responsible science topics plus the examination. We think that we don't want to present it too early for undergraduate students, so that means they will go to attend workshops and seminars. And for our staff members, of course, as we know that some of them, sometimes it's very difficult to get them to come to courses. So we advised, we thought that we might give them, we will give them seminars and workshops during the academic year. I will leave you now with my other friend. She is going to talk to you about the goals and objective of this work.
Good morning. As we said that we are talking in this presentation about how to teach authorship session in a course, and according to the map was given to us by, I think, Nancy, we will start with the goals and objectives. The goals of the authorship session will be the students will understand the importance and responsibility of authorship in authenticity, for authenticity and credibility of a research and publication, and will be able to accomplish a research in a responsible manner and to follow the self-discipline and conscience. This was the goals. About the objectives, it will be divided into two aspects, the practical aspect and the ethical aspect. The practical aspects will include that the students will know how to identify the guidelines and the rules of authorship, and will be able to apply these guidelines to scenarios in a research. Okay? While the ethical aspects, the students will know the consequence of breach of guidelines, and to resist any pressure to make false report or claim on an authorship, and even to complain or question about misattributions of authorship, and finally to assess the extent of authorship among the authors in a given paper.
Good morning, everyone. Now we have the goals, we have objectives, that we have the educational process for authorship session. This session we have 3 stages. The first stage is we share the information about authorships with students. We make him know the guidelines, responsibility of authorship. Second stage, we study the case, make a study case, a scenario. That's the students share the all information that we have. It will I give to him with this scenario. The third stage is the students have to determine the right authorship. Who is the first authorship? Who is the second authorship? Who is not authorship? Who is just acknowledgement? Who is contributors? These based on the major guidelines of authorships or called course material. These guidelines depend on many guidelines. The example for it is the international community, medical journals, editors. I can't read it now or can't tell them because the times. And this is not sufficient for authorships, maybe not have the authorships. Now with my colleague Mohammed for the assessment. Thank you very much.
Assalamu alaikum, everybody. Yeah, I'm talking now about assessment. As you know, after finishing educational process, you need to evaluate yourself, your student, and take all information you give, and about your performance during the course and after the course. And if there is alignment between your goals, objectives, and assessment, formative and summative assessment. So, through this session and after, we will use 2 types of assessment. The first one will cover both will cover those types of assessment will cover both ethical and practical aspects. The first one called formative, so through the session, daily activities, asking students exams, questions, quizzes them, and giving them simple, for example, case stories. The second type of assessment is summative assessment. Summative assessment would be exams, projects, papers, presentations, posters, and maybe case study. So, because we don't have enough time, so this is an example when you teach this session. So this is formative assessment case study. So we will use different criteria to assess our student. So summative assessment of practical aspects, we will, as I said earlier, we will use criteria from major guidelines. And we will make sure that student able to analyze, dispute the authorship. So these are criteria for summative assessment of ethical aspects that can be used during the course or session. So one of these, these criteria, the first one is student will be able to define misconduct and sanctions, and cite techniques that can be used to deal with the pressure, as well as how to complain and analyze the whole and then make credible conclusions of the rules. So please pay attention, because now, as a group, we invented the story, and we tried to cover all issues, ethical and practical. So this is an example of summative assessment can be used when you teach authorship, responsible, the story we invented, the story we invented start from here. So this guy attended MENA group workshop, and he learned something. And the ideas sparked from this guy, Murad. And the Murad spoke to Muhammad. Muhammad added some elements, and then he spoke to Abdul Qadir. Abdul Qadir developed and wrote a grant, and they got money, and built a group. They did research, and also they contacted statisticians to do some stats when after finishing the studies. They wrote manuscript. These people did brainstorming methodology, and this guy did statistics. They wrote manuscript. All these people were in it as authorship. Okay? Except these guys, Murad, Muhammad, and facilitators from the MENA 3. The question is, journalists published this and they butchered the news and they learn about this manuscript. The question is, does anybody know why these people are not happy? I'm just asking you. This is my question here, because after this story, as you can see here, these people sitting and thinking why we weren't authors in this manuscript. These people from MENA 3, these guys people. The question is, do you know the rules of the guidelines? Authorship. Yes.
The idea is already documented.
Yeah.
Yes, they have the rights. But since they just approve ideas, and that's the end of the following thing, so they have, they think about it, this idea, the origin of this hypothesis, it's come from Murad, so they have to refer to Murad again.
Well.
Beginning. So the problem happened with the lack of conversation. The group accused the people should accuse them.
Can you speak up, please?
Yeah. Now, do you think Murad should be an author in this manuscript?
Well, the problem with Murad, because he did not document his idea, this is first, and he just wrote conversation. So we are not quite sure about the hypothesis. It's between proposal or not. The first, the hypothesis. So, and then the people circle the discussion, this circle, they should return back to Murad to include the Murad in the proposal.
This will refer to the guidelines. Which guideline you are following?
Not about the guidelines, it's about something ethical. So for example, I learned from someone here, I should ask permission. I should ask for permission. Okay? So why? I said yes. So that means there's no compromise.
Guidelines are important. Why? Because you need to go back to guidelines to learn exactly who really played a substantial role. Okay, in the project, then he would be included at our. So we don't tell me that we don't belong to the guidelines. That's the aim of the whole program, to give the chance to students to learn where to go, where to complain, first you go to check up the guidelines. Ask yourself, have you done enough work in this project to be included or not? That's the aim of guidelines.
The question is about this situation, not what Murad should do. Okay, Murad has an idea, and that's all. You just told Muhammad about the idea and forget it. Muhammad developed the idea and told other people about it. Abdul Qadir, he do all the project with the other people. So we have this situation and we are asking about this situation, not what they should do. I prefer.
Should we write authorship or not?
Yes.
Should Muhammad be an authorship or
Yes.
not?
I think the nucleus of the orchestra from Murad and then Muhammad, they have their idea. They sold the idea to you, but they said that they should be put at the bottom. They should, because the nucleus starts from there.
In general, I think always there are sorts of confusion talking about who should be included or not. Even if you, because also because there are so many authorship guidelines. You see, there are so many guidelines. The guidelines, when you stick with one, don't forget this. The only one is correct. There are many others who take part.
And that's just a polypo, because without their idea, nothing will be happening.
No, we have to follow the guidelines. So we can't,
It's
the main
controversial
guideline
topic.
says that who has an idea without contribution in the work, he has nothing to do with authorship.
Without the idea, no one will.
He has to document it and be part of the work. But if only gives the idea, he will not do anything.
I think, as I said, it is a controversial one, and the education in this field would allow us to be able to show ourselves, to distinguish between what could be done.
That's why we want this to be a course for all.
And that's why we introduced this course to be everybody in our university to be aware where their role is like and what should be in, who should be not. We decide what track we should go in. So awareness, education would lead us to learn a lot about mentorship. But it could be the first. Also, we have to consider that discussion and we have to start to learn how to start things in a proper way right from the beginning. To set up ourselves right from the beginning to decide who should be in, who should be not, according to and to follow the right direction. And then we will be a very good, responsible scientist. And that's the aim, to learn how to be a responsible, how can we conduct a responsible science. Yeah. And also we have to learn about the sanction and consequences of not being a good scientist or not applying responsible science.
Thank you for your attention.